Our next speaker is Bruna, and she's a law graduate turned into the tech powerhouse, the CPO, COO founder. And I'm pretty sure you all have noticed the title of her session. But before we start, let's see, do we have product managers in-house? Developers? Okay. What? Product owners? Super. Sales guys? Super. Marketeers? No? Okay. But we decided with Bruna to do one short exercise and actually to include you as well into announcing her very bold titled session. So we will do another engaging exercise. I will need you guys to collaborate. The idea is pretty simple. You know her session, it's fuck roadmaps. So on 1, 2, on 3, we will all together say fuck roadmaps. Okay, so clap once if you understood. Excellent. So 3, 2, I said 1, 2, 3, fuck roadmaps. Excellent. We are ready. Bruna, the stage is yours.
Now? Everyone can hear me? Nice. Hi, everyone. Hi, Sarah. Sarah, by the way, she knows everyone here. If you haven't noticed her, she's practically a SaaStanak ambassador, so. Well, this. Strong word, right? But I mean it. So you might be wondering, what the hell is her story with roadmaps? What the hell happened there? Well, a little bit about me. Why am I here talking bad about roadmaps? Well, my name is Bruna. I come from Brazil originally. Been living abroad now for the last 14 years, more specifically the last 10 in Germany. But for the past almost 13 years, I have been involved in the SaaS world. Through the chaos of early stage startups, the grind of growth, and also the pressure of scaling. And I've been on a lot of sides of the table. Started my career in business development, moved to product management, head of product, chief product officer, chief operating officer. Currently, I am the founder and CPO of Wingmate, and I've also been advising SaaS companies across the world, helping them scale, and sometimes even helping them survive. At one point, just to give you a glimpse of it, I was QA, support, head of product, and therapist to the founders, all before noon. So I've seen a lot. And I have also seen roadmaps from every angle. As the person presenting them, the one building them, the one actually selling them to investors, and also the one questioning every single item in those roadmaps. I've created beautiful, really color-coded, strategically aligned roadmaps. But I have also put together at 2 a.m. a Google Sheets roadmaps because the next day at 8 a.m. I had a board meeting. So I have history. I have seen roadmaps actually make companies very successful, and I've also seen them doing the complete opposite. So no, this isn't hate. It's actual trauma. And I know I'm not alone, because I've spoken to a lot of you yesterday, today. So I also want to bring you guys to a safe space, because I know this is a topic that we normally don't talk a lot about it, right? Roadmaps, you're not supposed to say you don't like them. So who has here relationship with roadmaps? Don't be shy. Okay, good. So I'm going to bring you some examples for you people that are not sure how you feel about roadmaps, and tell me if you've gone through this. You, maybe your friend, or your company has gone through that. Have you ever shipped a feature just because it was in the roadmap? I have. Or, for example, you've committed to a feature before anyone even wrote a single line of code. Developers, Or better yet, you've seen a roadmap being used as a contract. I'll raise both hands here. Because I've done this. This beautiful moment that you're talking to a customer, salespeople, I'm watching you. You present this roadmap. It's beautiful. It's color-coded. It's awesome. And this customer say, wow, I really like this feature. I'll buy your product now. And now you have to deliver. It's a contract. With that being said, I want everyone to give a round of applause to every single person here, please. Congratulations. You have been roadmapped. You have been roadmapped. I have been roadmapped. We've all been roadmapped. We've all been there. And we can laugh about this now, but at the moment, at the time, oh, it's terrible. It doesn't feel funny at all. Because the situation is, we're trapped in a system that rewards those beautiful, color-coded, awesome-looking roadmaps over the actual truth, the actual status quo. And over the years, I have observed these patterns, bad roadmap patterns that are costing us in our company credibility, trust, and worst of all, actual product impact. But before I deep dive into the patterns, I want to introduce you to someone. This is Lulu. This is my daughter. She's real, by the way. With AI now, you never know. She's 6, and she's starting school this year. So you might be wondering, Bruna, why are you telling us about your daughter? I mean, I came here to hear about roadmaps. Exactly. Now imagine someone asking me to build Lulu's CV for a job application in 2045. How? How am I supposed to do that? I have no idea if she's going to be an astronaut, an architect, a teacher, a developer. Maybe she'll even invent her own job title. I don't know. What I do know right now is that she needs a backpack, she needs books, she needs a lunchbox, because she's starting school. And we will discover what she likes, what she doesn't like, her interests, her quirks, what lights her up all along the way. All of these future points, at this moment, they're completely irrelevant. They do not matter. My job right now is not to roadmap her future, is to support her growth journey. And yet, that's exactly what we do with roadmaps. We're creating overly confident CVs for products that we barely know yet. And then we act surprised, disappointed, frustrated, when reality doesn't really follow this script. We should be supporting our product and our roadmap growth, not scripting their future. So now, going back into our patterns, the patterns of being roadmapped, I want to present you 4. 4 patterns that I see every single day. It's toxic traits that are making us have this bad relationship with roadmaps. So let's get real about what's broken. We start with pattern number 1. Feature fiction. You've seen it. We need this feature by Friday because it's in the Q2 roadmap. Developers, I know you know this. You need to deliver this. It's by Friday. It's in the Q2 roadmap. It's got to happen. Who the hell put that feature there? Which stakeholder? Was it an investor that wanted this feature because, I don't know, some competitor had it? Was it a customer? Who paid for that, maybe? Was it just a C-level? Was it a developer that was working in the company? Was it the product manager? But no one asked why. Why are we building this? What problem are we actually trying to solve? We treat roadmap like task lists and not strategies. We start becoming experts at shipping, at just releasing over and over again, checking boxes. But in the end, we're not really solving any problem. And that's what I like to call feature fiction. Building things that in the end looks productive, but it solves nothing. We keep on releasing things. It doesn't matter how many times we have released something. If it solves nothing, it's not a success. How many of you have actually worked in a company and delivered a feature that you worked for months, that everyone was betting on it because some stakeholder said that this is the feature that needs to be delivered? And in the end, no user used it. Zero engagement. It's feature fiction. A feature list tells you what's being built, but impact tells you what's actually changing for your users, for your tech, for your business, for your team. If you ship something that solves nothing, it's not a success. And at the end of the day, there's no clear why. It's feature fiction. It doesn't belong in your roadmap. It's the output versus the outcome. Which brings me to pattern number 2, unpredictability. In all of these years that I've been working with these companies, as C-level, as an advisor, I see them spiraling. I see them going crazy after a quarter goes off script. But here's the question. What script are we actually following? How did they predict a while ago that this was supposed to happen? How were they able to see the future? Did they have a crystal ball? If they had one, I'm pretty sure Leo would love it to predict the weather. So I want that. Which brings me to this question. We cannot predict the unpredictable. Would you pack an umbrella, for example, for September 1st, 2027? It's a ridiculous question. It's an absurd question. How can I know? First of all, am I coming to Croatia? Am I going to London? Brazil? But most importantly, it's in 2027. I don't know. I cannot predict the unpredictable. So why do we act like a roadmap from 6 months ago or a year ago is still sacred? Markets shift, customer shifts, competitors will surprise you. And this is why your roadmap, most of the time, is fiction. You can't predict the unpredictable. This is exactly how most roadmaps are being built. We fill them with guesses, with hunches, with half-truths for months, years down the road. And then we're shocked when things actually don't follow the plan. We can, though, prepare for change. We can build awareness around the change because we're looking for certainty. And the only certain thing that we can know is that change happens, right? It's human history. We're changing every single day. And certainty isn't knowing everything. It's knowing what you know and knowing what you don't know. So you can't predict the unpredictable, but you can prepare for change. And brings me to the third topic, change. The fear of change. We're here at a SaaS conference, the SaaS world. We love the idea of being flexible. I hear buzzwords, the sense of urgency, fast-paced environment, agile methodologies. We're constantly talking about iterations, product iterations, improvements over and over again. But we're terrible at actually letting go when things actually get tough, of letting go. We stick to it. We love the idea, but terrible at letting go. I can give you an example of one of the companies that I was working with, that they tripled their retention. They shifted from their roadmap. The feature that they actually pushed away had a 9-month roadmap trail behind it. If they would have done it, most likely the results wouldn't be the same. But they listened to the market, they listened to the customers, and they pivoted fast. So change is not weakness, it's an actual wisdom. We have to embrace the change. A roadmap is a living thing, it needs to breathe. It grows with your understanding of your tech, of your market, of your customers. Let them learn, let them evolve. You're not failing if your plan changed. You're failing if you pretend that it actually didn't. And a smart roadmap builds in the flexibility into the plan, into the mindset, into the culture. So let it adapt, let it learn, let it evolve, let it surprise you. Again, we're talking about a product development. And great product work includes a cycle, a feedback loop, a constant dialogue. We start with a hunch, we test it, we learn, and we repeat. We let it adapt, we let it learn, we let it surprise us, which brings us into this cycle. Your roadmap should do the same. It should start with the hypothesis because it was based on assumptions or insights that you actually had. Then you test it, you run experiments to validate. We're talking about data. To validate those hypotheses. And then we learn, we gather this data and analyze the results to understand if it worked, if it didn't, what worked, what didn't, why. And then we refine it based on what we learned. We refine this hypothesis, assumptions, approach for the next iteration. Then we go back into the hypothesis. With this refined hypothesis, we can now start the next round of testing. We start with a hunch, we test, we learn, we refine it, we repeat it. And this cycle represents this cycle, this constant evolving cycle that actually makes us more prepared for the next one, which leads to better outcomes, to better products, to better strategies. Let it adapt, let it learn, let it surprise you. If your roadmap cannot grow, neither can your product. If you're looking for certainty, you gotta keep it short term. The more long term you go, the more flexibility you have to build into your roadmap, the more opportunities, the more possibilities. You have room for discovery. You have to leave room for discovery. If you need certainty, keep it short term. If you're looking and expecting guarantees long term, you're gonna be disappointed. Change is not a sign that you actually got it wrong. It's a sign that you were actually paying attention. Number 4, knowing your audience. I love this one, I have to say, because it's so simple. And we were just talking as well about how simple things can be. And you tell me, well, I show the same roadmap to every single stakeholder, to my friends, to my boss, to my board, my investor, my dev team. I wonder why it feels off. For me, it has happened so many times. I'm like, why? I presented this so many times. I've been repeating it over and over and over again. Why is it not working? Why are people not getting it? One roadmap cannot speak to everyone, and it shouldn't. Your engineers don't need to listen and know what you're presenting to your investors. Your investors also don't need to see the roadmap that you have on your Jira to know how you're tackling your technical debt. They don't care about that. When you use the same slide, the same roadmap for your devs, for your customers, for your board, for your investors, you're not aligning them, you're actually confusing them. These are different audiences, which means that they have different needs. A roadmap is a story. So you have to tailor the message. What does your team need to deliver with confidence? What does your board need to trust your pace, that you're actually building the company in the right direction? What do your customers actually need to believe in your solution, that you're actually solving the problem that they're having? It's the right message to the right people that creates this trust. Build this trust. Speak the right language. A roadmap that tries to talk to everyone convinces no one. Now, summary time, the 4 patterns, the 4 mindset shifts that I want you to take here with you. Feature fiction. What problem are we actually trying to solve? The why. Did someone just slap this feature into your roadmap because they wanted to make it look more colorful? There was a gap there? Or you're actually trying to solve a problem? Output versus outcome. Feature fiction. Unpredictability. What do we actually know? There's no way to predict the unpredictable. What is it that you know right now? You don't have a crystal ball. Unpredictability. Change. Can the roadmap grow with you? Is it a living thing? Is it able to learn and evolve and breathe? Change. The fear of change. And last, know your audience. Who is this roadmap for? What am I trying to communicate? What is my stakeholder wanting from me? What do I want from them? And we adapt, tailor the message, tailor the story. Feature fiction, unpredictability, change, know your audience. Feature fiction, unpredictability, change, know your audience. Feature fiction, unpredictability, change, know your audience. Everyone with me? Feature fiction, unpredictability, change, know your audience. Do you notice something? Feature fiction, unpredictability, change, know your audience. Exactly. That's why I call it fuck roadmaps. Fuck framework. It's a mindset shift. When we say fuck roadmaps, we're not saying throw the whole thing out. We're saying make it smarter, make it better. Fuck roadmaps. Use it to actually solve real problems. Fuck roadmaps. Anchor it in it, what you actually know. Fuck roadmaps. Let it evolve as you learn. Fuck roadmaps. And speak it to the people who need to believe in the story that you're actually telling. Fuck roadmaps. Roadmaps aren't the enemy. So we need to stop using them as rigid promises and start using them as smart tools that actually are going to bring us momentum, alignment, and clarity. Because I'll be honest with you, roadmaps aren't going anywhere. We need them. We need them to create alignment. We need them to create trust and to guide decisions with our stakeholders. And what keeps your business alive? These are the stakeholders. But fuck roadmaps. We need to move from a toxic relationship to a healthy one. It's a love story. Fuck roadmaps. We now have the tools to create this love story. So let's fuck roadmaps. Let's reclaim it. Let's make it flexible. Let's let it breathe. Let it tell the truth. Which brings me into one of my favorite quotes that I want to show you from Eisenhower. Plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. Because your job, my job, our job is not to deliver a perfect, beautiful, color-coded roadmap written in stone. Our job is to create the momentum in the right direction. So fuck roadmaps. You're not a time traveler. You cannot predict the future. You are a builder, though. So go freaking build something that matters. Thank you.